Welcome to Stone Cottage Adventures. A couple of weeks ago, I created this fall vignette, and I got a lot of really positive feedback from it. Plus, having lived with it for a couple of weeks, I absolutely love it. And what ended up being really fun was the use of silver and the candles and the greenery. All of those things just look very, very festive. And as I sat and looked at it, I thought, I would really love to duplicate this look, this feel for Christmas. Now, I've got some brass sconces on the wall, and I thought, how can I make this even more sparkly? And that is going to be our Christmas decorating theme. So an elegant and glistening vintage Christmas. Here is my inspiration for Christmas. Lots of glitter, lots of glam, lots of vintage, and this is my starting point. I think everyone decided I was the person that should have the silver because I was the one person who actually would use it and display it and polish it. Both my sister and my sister-in-law tend to put it in a cabinet and lock it away and hate polishing it, but I don't mind polishing it. Now, I know it's very trendy right now to use tarnished silver, and for the fall settings, I did actually leave some of my silver tarnished, but not heavily tarnished, just a little bit. And all I can say is, do you think they would leave their silver like that at Downton Abbey? Just saying. Now, silver, again, because of the polish factor, is not at all popular, and I constantly see silver in thrift stores. So if you wanted to start a silver collection, it shouldn't be too hard. Just look for the dark gray stuff and get a little jar of Wright's Silver Cream. That's W-R-I-G-H-T. Wright's Silver Cream. They carry it at my grocery store. And a little elbow grease, put on a video and start polishing. And it's amazing how beautiful silver is when it's polished. So the first thing I did was pull out all of my silver and polish it. It's obscene the amount of silver I have. It's stacked, all the trays, and over here this looks like some kind of Aladdin's Cave of Wonders. But I polished the silver. Then I pulled out the brass, and in that video were my two brass reindeer. So I decided to polish all of my brass and make it look even more gold and shiny. And then the next thing I thought about was something else that's always very sparkly and shiny, and that is crystal. Now, I have not displayed all the crystal here because I just ran out of room, but I've got a lot of different little crystal items throughout the house, and these are things that I already have. Now, the next thing I thought was it would be fun to pull in the old sparkly Christmas ornaments. So this is definitely going to give it a vintage look. These must have been some from the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, and the original price tag was on one of the boxes. Can't remember which one. Here's one. Here's the original price tag. Came from TG&Y. It was 69 cents for a box of ornaments. And they were called 5 and dime stores for a reason. So I thought those would be fun. And another thing that I use every single year, these were made by my grandmother. And if she made one of them, she made 100 of them. I probably have a good 20 or 25, maybe more. And they are hand stitched with sequins and beads. And these are the placemats. And all of us have complete sets of them. And this is a table runner with, again, more sequins. And I thought, that definitely brings our glitter factor up. And I always get my ribbon at Costco because it's like $8.99 for a boatload. If you're not addicted to that, you 50 yards for $8.99. Doesn't get any cheaper than that. And very, very glistening. I also have one of these vintage trees, and this one is not a new reproduction. This one actually is a vintage tree that lights up. And I was thinking again, more vintage. I have a lot of different beads and things like that actually are designed for the tree. But I thought, what about using old costume jewelry? So you can see that this is a broken one. It was a 3-strand necklace. I thought that could be fun on smaller things like, a candle arrangement or something, not a huge one for the tree. And while I was grabbing the beads, I came across an old antique bag, gold mesh bag. I thought that'd add a lot of glam. And as I'm thinking about the glam, I remembered what's more glamorous than an old mink coat. Now, nobody was going to wear this mink coat. I mean, that's just the fact of the matter. And last winter, I thought, what would be really fun is to take the old mink coat, disassemble it, and make some pillows out of it. Now, I know my aunt was doing that years ago, taking the old mink coats and making pillows out of it. Another thing I thought might be fun is I have all kinds of interesting small silver items. I have no idea what the original use for these is. My grandmother played a lot of bridge. I wonder if you were supposed to grab your nuts and your mints as you played bridge and set that next to you. That's my only guess. If somebody knows what that was for, let me know. Again, I have no idea what this is. It is sterling silver. No clue what it's for. Now that required a lot of polish. It hadn't been used in years, so if somebody knows what that is, please let me know. I've got the children's cups. This is my favorite one here. You'll never guess what that is. This, my mother told me, and I do believe her, and I have verified it, this was an invalid feeder. So you put, I guess, some broth in there or something, and then you can feed them with that. I think that's hysterical. Invalid feeder. But all kinds of trays and the chafing dish and the soup tureen and the tea service and the butter dish and the salt and pepper shakers. goblets, baby cups, trivets, all kinds of small dishes and containers, the gravy boat. So I'm going to see another set of silver candlesticks, a cake stand. I've got a silver cake stand, and over here I've got a crystal cake stand. So my creative juices are flowing. Let's see what I can come up with. So today is the day before Thanksgiving, and the day after Thanksgiving I will go crazy with my decorating, and then I'll put up a video so you can see what we're doing. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments where you're getting your ideas this year for how you plan on decorating for Christmas. Have a happy Thanksgiving. See you soon.